Nobody wants to be that DM.
You want to go into Castle Ravenloft? Oh, cheese and rice. Okay, give me 1 second. Let me just, let's see,
Which is why I'm going to show you my 2 favorite tools to organize your RPG campaign. What can I say? I'm a man of the people. First, let's take a look at Trello. Now, Trello was my campaign organizational tool of choice for most of my DMing career. And what I really liked about it is just how simple and easy it made everything. So this is a Trello board of a campaign that I actually ran for about 9 months consistently. We missed like 1 week with some really good friends of mine. I like to organize my Trello board by having each individual location have its own column, and then within that column there's a variety of elements. And for really important stuff, like really important NPCs, they go into the NPCs column. Then all the way over here we have the wants column. So anytime one of my players would like mention something that, you know, their character wants, or if they have an idea or whatever, I would write it in that column. And you might have noticed that everything is color coded. This just makes it super easy to identify things on the fly when you're in the middle of a session. So as you can clearly see, blue is allies of the group. Red, we've got the BBEG or enemies. Purple are minor NPCs that they might encounter. And green are locations. Now the way that I like to organize my cards is if you go into like a location, we have any sort of flavor text that the module will provide for you, or your own flavor text. I like to have that at the top, and then any monsters that they might encounter, and then all of the loot. That's for dungeons. For other locations, such as the Stonehill Inn, we've got any important details. I like to have mine bulleted so I can quickly see it. Anything important, I have bolded. For larger locations, or maybe slightly more important locations, like Landshield Coster became in our campaign, I can break it up utilizing the normal web formatting options of, you know, headings and bolding and whatever. Of course, this is how I like to personally organize my Trello boards. Feel free to get in and experiment around a little bit yourself. So utilizing the cards is super freaking simple. Literally all you have to do is just click add a card and then type in the title of whatever. So exemplaris in this example. And then you just click in, and then you can write whatever you want. Now, it's kind of a blank slate right here, but if you just click on formatting help, it will give you everything you need to know for formatting. So you can go in, type in, oh, you know, the lobby, because we're bringing it up in rooms like that. Click save, boom, you got the big old heading there, and then whatever description you need. And then if you want to add a label, you just click label. I have these already written out, but creating your own labels is super easy. You just click this button right here, and then example label. Or whatever, you click save, there you go. And just like that, super easy, super simple. Now the second tool is what I've been using a lot more recently. It's a lot more powerful than Trello, but it has a little bit more of a learning curve. And that tool is Notion. This is my Notion personal dashboard. I started using Notion honestly to help organize all my YouTube videos and all the stuff that I have going on here, but I found out that it can be really useful for campaign planning. So, as an example, I'll use the campaign I was running with Ronald the Rules Lawyer and friends for a little bit. What I like about Notion is how in-depth you can get and how interactive it is. So this is sort of the command center, if you will, of this campaign here. And all of the underlined things are their own pages. So the way that I have it organized here is we have the individual session notes so for every session, I have a new page, and then any prep that I did goes up here. So NPCs, monsters, foes, you get the idea. And then I have down here session notes so that as the session goes on, if someone says something or whatever, I can write down notes there for prepping the next session. And what's super cool about Notion is there's this table of contents feature up here. So you can quickly click to whatever you need. So you can go session notes, okay, cool, scroll up, and then, okay, cool, monsters and foes, boom, there you go. Like I said, this is the command center. So I have my player characters here. This is every single player character. You click in, and then anything that the player gives me, great. The essentials, great, you get the idea. Now, like I've been saying, Notion has a little bit of a learning curve. And the reason why I say that is, yes, this page looks super freaking cool, but if I add a new page, it's completely blank. So if you do that, if I don't know what I'm doing, I'm just typing shit. This looks like garbage. I'm not a Notion expert whatsoever, so I'm just gonna link to the much better tutorial of how you can do all sorts of formatting. But this learning curve is what gives it the interactivity, which is what gives it its strength over Trello. See, on Trello, you have board, column, card. That's pretty much it. Whereas Notion, you can go as deep as you want. So for example, we could go to setting and then click on starting town of boundary. Cool, we have all the tags down here. Oh, what's this? One of the establishments, the Cracked Tankard. Click on that, fantastic. We have everything here, and then we want to know more about the innkeeper. Boom. I made up that page for the sake of the example, but you get the idea. You can get super in-depth with it and have all of that information at your fingertips. So that's just a super quick overview of the tools that I use when I'm prepping a campaign. If you have any specific questions, feel free to drop a comment below and I will answer it to the best of my ability. And if you're like me and about to run a Masks campaign and you want to know how to prep for a Masks campaign, click right here and you can learn all about that. Until next time.